He is going to score underneath the sticks. What a statement.
Has it come off his leg? It seems like it has. What a try from Stuart here, though. Captain taking it in his own hands.
It's a try for the captain.
Try time by October in for the try.
It's Monuments in the second half, carried nicely. Try time.
Down the blind side for Outeniqua.
Skitterende voete deur.
Hierdie manne van Grey College as hulle opbeweeg na die volgende.
And out of nowhere, try scored by DEWANLEY.
Oh, he's going to go all the way, will he? In the left-hand corner.
What a run by the feather. Bobby Alexander, that is phenomenal, sir. Spots a gap. Quino on the outside centre.
Welcome to the penultimate game of this Barloworld Toyota Menlyn North-South North-Side Festival. And what a great day of rugby it's been. I'm here with my co-commentator, that is Lucky Letsabo. Before I welcome him onto the field, it will be Helpmekaar, first 15 from Braamfontein, Johannesburg, playing against the Outeniqua, the men from the Western Cape, commonly known as the Quaggas. As we have a look at those team sheets, we've got Janti, Swart and Lawrence up front, with Menlyn, Cruz, Breitenbach, Lamberg and Kutsia in the forwards, for Shea Maria Michaels as the Axes for the Outeniqua boys, alongside OOSTHUIZEN, Seta and van Rensburg at the back. And there we see the Helpmekaar boys, commonly known as Helpies, in their traditional brown and yellow strip. And right behind them are the Outeniqua men from the Western Cape, commonly known as the Quaggas.
Check the advance.
Yes.
Game just about to get underway here. Kicking off first will be Outeniqua in black, started there by the fullback van Rensburg, and a great start by them. They'll look to gather that ball. Expect this one to be a very physical encounter. Here come the forwards, bustling forward they are. Philip Fouché finds his flower, good line across there. Very busy early on. Another strong carry there by Reibenbach. The line that will win that battle there. Now, was that a charge down or was that a knock on?
Bustling start by the men from the Western Cape, the men from Outeniqua. A really physical start, as one can hear very audible the vocals from the bench. They're obviously really up for it. Helpmekaar looking to make amends for their display in this past weekend at the Monument Festival, having lost to Stellenbosch.
Ball comes now. The inside center at first receiver, Leonard. Got to do better to roll away the advantage being played.
Not rolling.
Got to be careful about that hand around the neck there. Good energy shown very early on. You alluded to it just now, Mzwake. And immediately under pressure repeatedly Helpmekaar in these early stages.
very apparent. The tactics from Outeniqua looking really to be direct and try and create ascendancy early doors in the tight loose of this game. They've been rewarded by the referee forcing Helpmekaar into a couple of infringements as we have a look there, taking the points in the form of they fly off Everett Murray.
Blow of the whistle, Mr. Toy to Toy. The man in charge of this encounter here, Johan Leonard, the man that looks like he's going to be taking the kicking duties from the inside center position. Successful on this occasion here. It'll be the first time we have a bit of a look at what Helpmekaar can do. No one claims that kickoff. Eventually, penalty going. High tackle. We saw a couple of those incidents in the last game. Zwake. Just got to keep those tackles low. Because what happens here is through that penalty, you may well be giving a Helpmekaar an opportunity to get into your 22 almost immediately after scoring.
Indeed, Lucky. This is Helpmekaar's first visit into the Outeniqua 22, and let's have a look and see what they can muster up.
Boshoff, the man with the first job to do.
It's a knock-on, but it's playing the man in the air. Playing the man in the air.
Boshoff thought he was the guilty party, or rather his team, but no, other way around. Let's see what it is that they decide here. Joshua Smith. Good take there by the flanker, Jason Amaras. Very slow in coming out that ball. Eventually it does come, missed by the inside center. Here we go now with the Outeniqua. Again, it's a fumble. It's anybody's ball at this stage. On cleanup duty is Michaels.
Advantage is now over.
It's a lovely boot to clear their lines. Outeniqua.
A bit of a frenetic start to this game. Lucky, both teams making errors, both teams a bit antsy to make ascendancy into this game. But other than that, having looked at the calm, cool and collected clearance from the fly-off Everett Murray, bringing a four-man line out for Helpmekaar just about on the halfway line.
Advantage offside. Back line.
For the upteenth time, the referee in a very short space of time puts his hand up for an advantage. Let's see if Helpmekaar able to capitalize on this one here. Lovely line being run there. Here it goes, advantages over, says the referee. They lose the ball as he says that. And a quick clearance there by Philip Foucher.
Some enterprising play there by Helpmekaar. Interesting selection, Lucky, of Diego Cupido, who now has moved to fly half, having been an outside centre for the better part of his younger career. And then last week at the Monument 100th Festival, he played fullback. So probably a ploy by the coaches to bring him closer to play. And as we saw there, challenging the defence line with a dart or two.
A long overthrow goes in favor of Helpmekaar. Again, coming to the left-hand side. Smith now for a couple of runners there. Bustled into touch. And the flag is raised there by the assistant on the far side.
Lucky, without being too critical, it's been a theme for the week, or for the day rather, where so many of the wingers who don't come off their wing and keep play alive just get bundled into touch, and as a result giving possession over to the opposing team.
Something certainly for the teams to work on. Advantage again being played here for Outeniqua. They opt to go for the shorter side. Good running there by Lamprecht. Good service delivery here. Here comes another bustling run here by that lock forward. Good fending off here. Was looking for his lock partner. And it may well seem like a try has been scored. Yes, it has. Almost to the bewilderment of Outeniqua. That ball was just left there, and SIMEON OOSTHUIZEN able to just pounce on that ball. It was a good tackle initially by Ludwig Müller to disarm one of the backline players from Helpmekaar, and we see that look at us run here, nice and bustling. He tried to look for his lock partner, comes off the knee, and not too sure what to do with it was the winger there, JP Bayer from Helpmekaar. That wasn't the case, however, for the try scorer, SIMEON OOSTHUIZEN.
Yes, like a great carry there by what appeared to be Dylan Lamprecht, having carried the ball really nicely, having tried to put in the offload there. But I think what confused the Helpmekaar guys was that it come off the Outeniqua's guy's foot, and as a result, everyone having looked at the referee. But credit to the number 13, SIMEON OOSTHUIZEN, who never stopped playing, and as the old saying goes, play to the whistle.
10-0 in a very quick space of time. Smith to start us off here. And a wonderful carry there. Unfortunately, just going forward. That was going to be an excellent regather. And we'll see the first scrum of the game about 9 minutes into this encounter here. It is Outeniqua so far in the lead here. Fair to be said, Mzwake, very messy from both teams thus far.
Yes, Lucky, not the most organized game or the most organized start to a game by both teams, but certainly Outeniqua really putting on the pressure, forcing Helpmekaar into a couple of mistakes, and resulting in a 10-0 lead for the men from George.
Shout out to all those from Loftus Park that may be viewing these games, and to you as well sitting at home supporting all the boys here from the North-South Festival. This the penultimate game of day 2. More rugby still in store. However, that will be on Friday and Saturday. Rest day tomorrow. Back to the action now. 8th man just making sure that ball is secure. Clearance by the fly half comes out, and no option to play quickly. Right, let's see what Boshoff can come up with here. Short line out. Lovely steal there by Outeniqua. Somebody needs to just gather that ball there. It comes off a black hand in terms of a knock-on, and now escalated to a penalty for coming in from the side there. Option here for Helpmekaar.
Interesting decision to be made by Helpmekaar, although it does seem as if they're going to they'll try and go to the corner and try and rumble it over by a maul.
To the line they go indeed, Mzwake. He did well initially, did Joshua Amaris. There's that more there. It was a quick line out option there. The ball is stuck in there somewhere, not too sure he's in possession. There he is at the back there, encouraging his team to go out. It's just a clatter of bodies everywhere at this stage. begging for it is the halfback. Appealing to the referee is Murray FERREIRA, and not having any of it is a referee taking in, he says, and big psychological victory on their own line for Outeniqua. That.
Yes, like a rather fortunate result for Outeniqua. At one point it seemed as if the rolling maul from the Helpmekaar guys had built up a head of steam, and it was only a matter of time till they rumble over the try line. But the referee adjudged to have the ball held up, and as a consequence Helpmekaar had brought it in. Scrum down, Outeniqua ball.
Kry die bal uit. Kry die bal uit. Help nie skry op my nie. Daai is 'n mol. Just down. Okay. Bal was daar toe hom kon gepunt sit. Ek met uithaal.
Very direct, short and clear there from the referee, explaining to Murray FERREIRA that the ball was available. His job is to get it out rather than choosing to do our job here in the commentary box. And obliging, even though not willfully, was FERREIRA.
Just take a little step back, please. Thank you.
Scrum time now for Outeniqua. They did really well to get the ball in and out very quickly the last time they were in a similar position here.
Set. It's just turned. We can't play from there.
Quality scrum there by Jantjie, Swart and Lawrence from Outeniqua. It's very clear, although there's a reset scrum, that Boshoff, Human and Power are really in trouble early days in this contest. Lucky, obviously the set piece are really important for moral victory and moral points.
Fine.
Really do need to fix this.
Number 6.
Both teams there just not listening to the referee's call, so we'll have another reset here.
So you're standing up to make it difficult for your own self. Okay. Locks, just hold with your calls. You're on my cadence. Okay. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Ball out now for Outeniqua. It is a knock on, then a try for Helpmekaar. First person to react to the ball there. And after 3 reset scrums, it will be a try here for Helpmekaar. The halfback there, Murray FERREIRA, will be the man awarded with that try.
Lucky, amazing what just a piece of pressure can do, especially in a tight game such as this. The Helpmekaar backs putting in the Outeniqua backs under enormous pressure in terms of Evert Murray, and just looking up, having a wee look up at the defenders and knocking the ball on, resulting in a try for Helpmekaar. And just like that, with the conversion to come, Helpmekaar are back in the game.
Certainly are back in it. We'll just have to wait for this kick to see. First kick of the match here at post. Successful there it is for the fullback Joshua Smith, and it really is a game on here. Even though Outeniqua this early on have played most of the rugby, but Helpmekaar did well to camp for as long as possible in Outeniqua's half, courtesy of their mistakes. Don't say anything about the restart. Game continues here for Outeniqua. To the left-hand side, to the right-hand side, I beg your pardon, we go. The hooker in charge of that. Advantage there. The winger was just too quick to rush up there. Bayer putting his hand out, so referee playing advantage there. Yeah, they'll come back there for that penalty. Bayer, the guilty party in that situation.
Number 11 slapping it forward.
Real intent, lucky from the ball carriers from Outeniqua, particularly in Rian Swart, who's offered himself once or twice to try and get this team over the gain line. But one feels perhaps that they're best served keeping ball in hand without trying these speculative offloads, and perhaps build a couple of phases and put the Helpmekaar defense under a bit of pressure early doors in this clash.
Nice and high rises Muller for Outeniqua. That maul seemed to have been going forward but stopped in its tracks. Chooses to break away the player there. Now it comes for the back line here. Plenty of numbers for them in terms of the defense. Helpmekaar needs to do well to support his body weight. Was all over that ball there. Just a bit of a fumble from the inside center, it seems. Brendan Fenter on that occasion. He was isolated, that Outeniqua player. They had run all the way across, away from supporting players there.
Helpmekaar defense doing really well there to keep their width on defense and getting up off the line, ensuring that SIMEON OOSTHUIZEN didn't have really an opportunity to let that ball go and give the winger an opportunity to have at least, at the very least, a 1v1 with his opposite member.
Crouch. Fine. Set. Get up.
Yeah, now we see a maul being formed here. Rolling maul there, bustling through.
No five.
Ruck is being formed here.
No hands.
And there's a good leg drive there. Just short of the line. Outeniqua edging ever forward. Now it's given Samir through the fly off here. Step inside by the number 11 winger. And unfortunately just knock on there.
Like as if to make my point in Kirsten Michaels not retaining possession, trying to throw the speculative offload. He done really well to beat one, beat two defenders, retain possession, recycle possession, and perhaps they would have had numbers on the outside. At least from what it looked like from our commentator's booth, was that Outeniqua would have had numbers. There he beats the first defender, beats the second defender. Arms are free, but he's not in control of his descent. And the scrum off doing a really good job at following up, but he's way too under pressure to having taken that offload to dot down for the points underneath.
Certainly did have numbers on the outside there, both in support play and coming around.
We're on crouch. Quiet, please. Bind. Set.
Defensive scrum here for Helpmekaar. Pressure there from his opposite number, the halfback.
Knock on first. Willem, it was a knock on first from black. Knock on first from black. Not an option. Knock on, then again out from black. Okay, so it's just knock on.
So the tight five will just gingerly stand up and walk at 5 meters to their right. Just scrum down again. Speculative passing again, the guilty party there. This side from Outeniqua's point of view.
The Outeniqua set piece putting the Helpmekaar set piece under immense pressure, and it's an area that Helpmekaar will perhaps be best served to try and exit, try and use the boot of Diogo Cupido to try and exit. And as I say that, that's what he looks to do.
Launches a ball sky high here, very tricky under these floodlights. Well regathered here by Helpmekaar. Tries to do a little goose step, does Jean Ardendorf. Smith involved in this play as well. Coming to the short side is Helpmekaar. There's that man again, Ardendorf. Ball is up and able to play, says the referee. It is wrestled back by Helpmekaar. And fantastic work initially there by Lamprecht. And then by van Rensburg in support there together with SYSTER. Keith SYSTER there.
I've been really impressed by the impact and the contributions of Dylan Lamprecht in this game, which is a game of inches. It's very small margins, as one can see. 22 minutes in and 10-7. He's really had some barnstorming runs. He's been a menace on the ground. He's been a tower, a pillar of strength in the lineout for the Outeniqua boys. So he's had some good impact early doors in this game.
Nice gather there. And again a fumble. Let's see if Helpmekaar can do something with his ball here. Great tackle there. And again another knock on. Fortunate for them that Helpmekaar did have an advantage being played there. He will come back here for the scrum.
A bit of frustration creeping into the game. Lucky, both teams are showing a lack of ability to retain possession. The 12 coming on a great line, but yet again having a wee look up at the defense and knocking the ball on.
2 knocks.
Diogo Cupido as well as the outside backs not looking after possession, almost forcing the offload. And as you can see the frustration growing in the players' faces, and none more so than the frustration on the coaches' benches. They're very vocal, and you can quite hear what they're saying.
100%. Hopefully as the game goes on, we will see a couple more phases being put together from both these teams here. Because, geez, there's some good potential to see some wonderful and enterprising play. Just not going to hand at the moment. Big scrum from Outeniqua. Stop, says the referee. It is play on. It's at man Lamprecht again. Keeps going. Speculative offload pass is successful on this occasion. The open side flanker there from Helpmekaar. Guilty advantage being played. Lamprecht again involved in this attack here. Cynical there by Jason Amaras. His brother playing a couple of years ahead of him also represented the first team there at Helpmekaar. Just over eager to get stuck into that ruck and into his opposite number.
We can't bind. We can't bind.
And prep school error, that one, it must be said.
We can't pre-bind onto him on a penalty. Get it out.
Why not, Ms. Ngozi?
Let me just explain.
Dangerous play, Mr. Letabo. Dangerous play.
Just
you
the
cannot
captains, just the
cannonball
captains.
him into the defense.
Okay. So on a penalty like that, you can't pre-bind onto a guy when you attack. Okay. That's illegal. That's why it's a scrum. Okay.
Thank you, Meneer. Succinct explanation.
The
Binding onto the
Outeniqua set piece has been exemplary. That turnover,
Let's go,
the turnover that was conceded by the tighty that was conceded by Helpmekaar, pretty much due to the pressure that was put by the set piece. Janki, Swart, and Lawrence really putting in a good shift there at scrum time.
Crouch.
We saw a huge scrum last time here from Outeniqua. Let's hope that FERREIRA, the try scorer, is able to get this one out as quickly as possible. He does so. And Cupido is able to launch this one sky high. And an excellent clearance by Helpmekaar.
This man!
Highly rated is this Diego Cupido. Lucky, a man of many talents, can play fullback, outside centre, 15, and just there showing what he has in his arsenal with a great exit kick from his own 22 to the opposition half.
Bit messy there for Outeniqua. Eventually does come out. Good inside ball there. It's at man Leonard again. Slowing that ball down now, Helpmekaar. It continues. Double man tackle there by Helpmekaar. Really stepping up to the charge at this point. Does well to get around one player.
Ball is there, ball is there, ball is available.
Here's the hooker here, Swart.
Out now, 4!
Comes again to this left-hand side here.
No!
Throws a wild pass there, does Philip Fauché.
Get out, Black.
Perfectly positioned and trips over his own 2 feet, does Joshua Smith.
Leave it, Black. Turnover's good, turnover's good, turnover's good.
Turnover here, Outeniqua puts it onto the boot. Again tripping over his own 2 feet here, and an easy collect for Outeniqua. He'll go over SIMEON OOSTHUIZEN. And man, oh man, twice now we've seen the Helpmekaar guys under no pressure seemingly to slip on their own 2 feet here. And I'm sure SIMEON could not believe his luck there.
Like, as a matter of fact, the Helpmekaar defense had been exemplary, having tackled the Outeniqua attack backwards. But after the turnover, a quality kick there by the scrum half, Philip Fauché, spotting the space. Unfortunately for the scrum half who's covering in behind, or was it the scrum half? I beg your pardon, JB Bayer, the left wing, slipped over his own 2 feet, and a fortuitous bounce for SIMEON OOSTHUIZEN. And there you have it, 15-7 to Outeniqua with the kick to come.
You heard on the field microphone there when that steal was effected, the Outeniqua guys shouting to the teammates that Van der Walt, the lock 4, they're taking the ball forward. Hey Salien, they knew he was by himself, so it made it so much easier for them to come over the ball and attempt to steal. Successful conversion there, extending their lead by a 10-point margin here as we enter the 29th minute on this, the penultimate game. Outeniqua versus Helpmekaar. Been an end-to-end stuff, a brutal and physical encounter thus far. But deserving of a 10-point lead are Outeniqua. Knocked backwards into the palm of Boshoff. Here comes FERREIRA now, hands the ball on to Slabbit, the head boy of Helpmekaar. Now Cupido quickly wrapped up there. Leave it, says the referee, but he's done enough to slow down the ball. Someone needs to straighten here. Yeah.
Outeniqua really will be frustrated with themselves after having manufactured that score, failed to collect the kick receipt, didn't gather it. Great pressure from the Helpmekaar too in Reinhard Boshoff to having collected that kick, really chased the ball hard, and here we are with a penalty, and in all likelihood Helpmekaar will kick that into the corner to try and effect a rolling maul.
Yeah, to the line they go, Helpmekaar. Boshoff here to find his marker. He does so successfully. Equally successful sack from Outeniqua. FERREIRA now to find Cupido. Does well the outside center, Kutsia. Now, numbers on the short side here if they can get their hands through the tackle. Stays on his left-hand side, does FERREIRA, and drops the ball there, does Jason Amaras. And a good sustained in-your-gezicht pressure from Outeniqua.
Yes, Lucky, the defense from Outeniqua can really be commended for the effort they've just put in, but much frustration for the boys who come from Braamfontein in such an advantageous position and haven't had the execution to capitalize on such a quality position of the field that they find themselves in.
They will really come to rue these opportunities here. Countless times we've seen them this deep in the opposition half with great positions in their favor to take advantage of. Scrum here just going to be reset.
Lucky I'm no expert in terms of the scrum, but I've really been impressed by this loose head from Outeniqua, Lahlumla Janji. He's put in a real good effort and has given the tight head Val Chuman a good working over this far in this game.
Lovely there by Outeniqua's 8th man, Kutsia. Gives plenty of time and space to clear that ball. It doesn't go out. Let's see what Helpmekaar can come with here. Smith in possession of the ball here. Little loop around with a teammate. Again slipping over his own 2 feet, does Smith. And that ball was played on the floor. Yeah, silly there, silly. Much to the relief of Smith, who again for the 2nd time this game slips over his own 2 feet here. Edging towards the end of this half, there was the guilty man there, Johan Leonard, trying to play that ball on the floor there. And let's see if Helpmekaar able to come over with some points here. The maul.
Don't step on him, don't step on him, don't step on him.
The maul is rumbling here from Helpmekaar. It's brought down to ground, legally so. And here they come running up. Nice little switch back there, and equally met was Brendan Fenter. And once again, excellent defending from that man, Dylan Lamprecht. Twice he's done that in a similar position, very deep in his own half. And really
Here's your mark.
Yes,
awesome
Lucky.
reprieve.
Yes, Lucky. Dylan Lamprecht. And as we edge closer to the end of this half, an action-packed half, although not the most flowing half of rugby we've ever seen, but an action-packed half full of physicality, full of set pieces, full of all the good stuff. But Dylan Lamprecht has really been, one could say, the difference in this first half in between the two teams.
Line is middle.
Ball has gone over there. Let's see who's going to clean it up. It's the 8th man there, Hanno Fenter. Lets the ball loose there. Dab over the top there by Cupido. Who's going to get to that ball first? The line is going to win that one. And referee happy to call that for drinks break. The penultimate game here at the Barloworld Menlo North-South Rugby Festival. Outeniqua versus Helpmekaar, 17 points to 7, 10 the difference. Water break for everyone. We'll see you shortly.
This is where it all started for me, in Hammersdale, a village just outside Durban. I wouldn't think much of sport. I happened to play netball by chance. There were 13 of them on the netball courts. They needed one player to fill in. I can remember one of them saying to the coach, ask her to fill in. From there, I had to borrow the shoes. The shoes were even bigger than my feet. Pulled through that day. from there, it rolled on to being called to a national side.
Bongium Zomi gets it into the shooter's hands.
I want to see more girls playing the sports. We need to find a way where we give them exposure. There's exciting stuff coming along. I think it's going to create a whole lot more vibe, and I have to be part of that. Because believe me, one day, the shoes will fit and the lights will find you.
Arguably one of the most deadly players on court right now.
Barloworld Toyota Menlyn nou groter en beter. Ons het geskuif, nou oorkant Menlyn Myn Pretoria. Jou nommer 1 handelaar vir nuwe en gebruikte motors, dienste en parte. Skakel ons gerus by 012 995 1700.
"17 points to 7 Outeniqua lead." We've seen an end-to-end first half, not very clinical in the words of Mzwaki Nkosi, but however, being the more robust of the two have Outeniqua really being physical, making sure they get over the advantage line. We've seen a couple of glimpses of hope here from Helpmekaar. Bustling runs that we've seen here from Outeniqua. And this is the type of pressure that we've seen from them in the first half, haven't we, Mzwaki?
Yes, we have. Their set piece has been really good. They're putting pressure and following up on kicks such as these has yielded quality results for them. And as a consequence, they've scored 2 tries against the run of play, and they've taken their tally to 17 points to 7 against that of Helpmekaar.
A brace there for SIMEON OOSTHUIZEN. Helped his team to 17-7 lead here. Helpmekaar have had a couple of good darting runs here from the captain Ruan Slabbert. Nathan as well, a couple of good runs from him. Cupid has really tried to kick them out of danger on a couple of occasions. Joshua Smith with an educated boot as well here from Helpmekaar. But lots to do for them here, Helpmekaar. They just need to get over their advantage line. Get a couple of phases put through together. Outeniqua so far so good. Just got to stop with those 50-50 passes, keeping that ball in hand, because they really got some good support players in their team.
Yes, like, and what's really been nice about this clash is that it's been a really fairly contested clash, unlike some of the clashes we've seen, which have been rather lopsided in early parts of today's program and proceedings. But this has been a really fairly contested clash, and Helpmekaar very much in the game. And the score perhaps not a true reflection of the happenings of the game.
Yeah, let's see who's going to come out the blocks here first. Helpmekaar still lots to offer in this game here. The scrum's definitely been a problem and a point of frustration for referee De Toy in the first half, having to reset a number of those scrums from both sides. So hopefully they'll be sorted. We see a hooker, reserve hooker coming on there for Helpmekaar. Tongambata, he played in the second side a little bit earlier today against the Outeniqua seconds. Really had a good impact when he came on to the park. And perhaps being brought in just to fix those lineouts. We saw not going 100% the way of Helpmekaar in that first half.
You ready? 16 out, 16.
Good gather there by Outeniqua's lock there. Oliver. Now through the hands it goes. He had a great half, didn't he, is Lamprecht. Switching sides and
Stop!
getting that ball out there.
Lucky not the most organized of exits and kick chase, but not pretty, but really effective.
Yeah, a real tester. It bounced a little bit awkwardly there. It did for Adendorf. Quick short line out taken there. Wanting to snipe onto the short side. Swart, but read nicely. Now here comes the short ball. Really bullets those passes, don't they, Outeniqua? Good tackle by Helpmekaar.
Kijk op!
Chanchi with a good carry. Now, it's with the backs.
Step.
Smash the call, but no one to smash as yet. Cupido, effective tackle there on the loose head.
Smash!
This defense really standing up so far by Helpmekaar. Much better to see that they're not just allowing this ball to go away here.
Release.
No other option but to kick there for Outeniqua. And Smith just has to see that ball roll away there. Much better defense here from Helpmekaar Mzwakhe.
Yes, Lucky, really impressed with the organization and the composure, but more importantly, the manliness of the Helpmekaar defense. Unfortunately, unfortunately for Outeniqua, having spotted the space in behind, but the kick
You just need to
awry.
release.
But having
tackle
said
first,
that,
then you can go.
the Helpmekaar defense has been absolutely exemplary. They were very disciplined. They were very good. They kept tackling the attack, or kept taking the attack for Outeniqua backwards, phase after phase after phase, and as a result, they've earned themselves a scrum in the Outeniqua half.
From a Helpmekaar point of view, hopefully they're able to keep that up, but a great start from them.
Listen, if the scrum halves are going to keep talking on my cadence, we're going to have a mess all day. Okay, so you're going to keep quiet.
At least the number 6 in Nathan Lawless. Nathan Lanes was able to translate for the other scrum half.
Use.
There now ball comes out. Cupido finds a center there. High tackle there. Very high that tackle.
12.
A theme, Lucky, that we've seen all week and all day. Even yesterday, the referees obviously mandated to really keep the game safe and ensure that the tackles are not above the shoulder line.
You see this ball here, lovely line running through there. Not just dangerous, but reckless as well there, which resulted in the yellow card. They've been very strict on dangerous tackles of the referees, and rightly so. Smith deciding that he'll have a shot at goal here.
Interesting decision, Lucky, for those who have played here at Afis. The cricket pitch is quite an inhibiting surface, as it's obviously not, well, it's rather firm.
Yeah.
And with Helpmekaar, with Outeniqua having got a yellow card, it can be an opportunity for Helpmekaar to kick to the corner, perhaps use the one-man advantage that they have.
Just inside the 10-meter line, this kick. Restart here for Outeniqua. They still got just under 5 minutes to take advantage of the Messi. Someone really needs to take control here. Let's see if Francois is able to be that man, brings play to halfway here. Dink over the top. Tester here for jersey number 22, Michael van Rooyen. Kicks the ball onto the opposite side. And it'll be a throw in here for Outeniqua. Very messy, that 22 dropout there.
Yes, lucky there. Outeniqua catching Helpmekaar unawares with the short dropout. Number 6, Francois Breitenbach, also trying to get into the thick of things with a quality run down the edges here closest to us in the commentary booth.
Good line out there. Now it comes here. Ujanji. Numbers are plenty that are running through this side here. Keeps on coming there. Bit of a step that we see here by the winger. Gives it to his winging partner. Will he get it down? Yes, he will. And that is a wonderful call by Keith SYSTER. Good interplay between Michaels and SYSTER. Beautiful line ran by Michaels here.
And as we see the ball going in behind to the backs, the Flav Everett Murray as well as Johan Leonard giving the ball to the winger. Quality offload, beats 1 defender, beats 2 defenders, survives the tackle fight and the attention to the Helpmekaar guys so that he dots over in the line. Great try by Keith SYSTER.
I'm sure they'll be licking their lips, Outeniqua, knowing that they're a man down. If you remember, Mzwake, that yellow card, opting not to go for a potential 7 points. Helpmekaar missing that kick, and almost immediately defense turns into attack, and they may potentially come away here with a 7-pointer, Outeniqua. Absolutely clean strike there. Successful that kick there by van Rensburg.
Great play from the men from George with a numerical disadvantage and still managing lucky to dot one over against Helpmekaar. Helpmekaar really up against it here. They'll have to dig against all resolve to bring themselves back into this game.
Very high that ball there from Smith. Opportunity here for Helpmekaar.
That's on the shoulder.
Looking for an advantage was Muller. Play on, says the referee. Advantage now. They were all offline, that entire line there. Yeah. Now, let's see. What is the decision here by Helpmekaar?
Offside.
Jeez, that said they were offside, but he got thumped into that cricket pitch. Did Oliver.
Lucky, one can't help but think if the Helpmekaar players perhaps stopped remonstrating with their referees and rather played the game, they'd be best served to bring themselves back into this game, being 3 tries to 1 down at this current time in the game.
Lovely throw to the 6-man player there. Got to be careful here, the captain Ruan Slabbert. There's the arm out, advantage being played for collapsing. Now comes out here Cupido. Look over the top there. And
no advantage, collapsing.
There's a numerical advantage in the back line. Why is Cupido kicking that ball rather than straightening and opening up a couple of these backline players?
cannot agree more with you, Lucky. Perplexing decision making at this moment in time from the pivot of the Helpmekaar team, having a numerical advantage with Johan Leonard from Outeniqua, having received a yellow card. And Diogo Cupido is such a talented player, really good feet, really good distribution, some good pace on him. One can only feel that perhaps using the advantage to have a real go at the Outeniqua defense.
Referee Du Toit just allowing Outeniqua an opportunity to have a chat. He's given the team a warning now that too many infringements this deep on the other side of the field here. So they're really going to be careful.
Luckily, Outeniqua men really under immense pressure, particularly with the numerical disadvantage.
Knock on advantage.
Losing that ball there were Helpmekaar. Outeniqua now with an opportunity to clear their lines. Good boot there.
No, guys, that's under pressure. That's under pressure.
Helpmekaar coaches really showing some frustration at this moment in time. An opportune line out at on the 5 of Outeniqua, and perhaps the execution and the cohesion between the thrower Tonga Mbata as well as the jumper Slibbert and Van der Walt not quite there, and allowing the Outeniqua men some much needed reprieve.
Outeniqua will certainly not be complaining. Helpmekaar, on the other hand, will be ruining these missed opportunities. Can't be too much longer now for that yellow card to still be in effect.
Adjust, please.
Been very nuggety, these two scrummers for about a third time this game. Referee having to have a word with them. Can't blame their passions. But Mr. Du Toit just urging them that he can't hear himself think when he's conducting the scrum. So you'd like his voice to be the only one that's in charge, particularly at scrum time.
Bind. Set. Elbow up. Elbow up.
Eighth man on scrum off duty there, and slices off the side of the boot of Philip Forshane.
The scrum off Philip Forshane unable to get any distance on his clearance, thus putting his team under pressure.
Let's just give them time to adjust. You just shouted 3 men.
The Helpmekaar players a line out just inside the 22 of Outeniqua.
They were in a similar position to this a moment ago, so let's see if they're able to effect something. Right, they go to the front man. Now the ball gets loose. Cupido tries to have a go himself, equally matched. Ball keeps coming right. They need to be careful not to get isolated. Did just enough to slow it down. And referees already had a chat here. So they really need to be careful to Outeniqua. As the captain of Helpmekaar, be the first one to remind him that he's already had a chat and he's already given a team warning not a moment ago to Outeniqua.
I must say, Lucky, I've been really impressed with the patience that the referee, Mr. Du Toit, that is shown amidst the frustrations and all the demonstrations that all these players have given to him.
A dummy maul and a switchback there. Now comes to the right-hand side. Let's see the prop forward here, Christian from Helpmekaar. Got to be careful to support his body weight there. Advantage being thrown here, but
all right, relax.
Joshua Smith.
That, Lucky, is a great try against the run of play. Diogo Cupido has been probing the line once or twice, and this time with a very quick pass from the scrum of Murray FERREIRA, and as it with a bounce pass, that's what undid the defense, and a great offload to the player there, the fullback Joshua Smith. That try, Lucky, could be the catalyst. It just might make this game a humdinger towards the end.
Certainly all to play for now. would have liked to see Helpmekaar score that try a couple of minutes ago. They've been camped deep inside the Outeniqua half. Standing tall has been the defense of Outeniqua, and on that occasion here, good work initially, like you said, with the Cupido there, able to open up Joshua Smith. Almost tripping over his own 2 feet again over the whitewash there, but successful in dotting that ball down. Let's see now if he can convert his own try here. Excellent kick by him.
It must be noted, Lucky, a wonderful pickup there by Diego Cupido after the bounce pass. But it's the bounce pass that really undid the defense, created some uncertainty and allowed Cupido to go through the half gap, put in the offload to Joshua Smith, and for him to dot down underneath the post.
Right, punishment served for Johan Leonard. So he'll be back onto the park, and now full complement here for Outeniqua.
Welcome back.
A little bit of a humor there from the meneer die skeieregter, Mr. Toy de Toy.
Outeniqua in possession of the ball here. Good stop here by Helpmekaar. Yeah, coming to the short side through the middle. There's no sweeper at home here for Helpmekaar. On clean-up duty there is Van der Walt. And no pressure at all there was the fly half, Everett Murray. And that results there in the knock-on.
I must say, like, I've really been impressed yet again by the superb defense of Helpmekaar, forcing Outeniqua to try other avenues in which to get in behind the defense. It was a very good kick, by the way, by the 14 from Outeniqua in Keith SYSTER, and the return kick being led down by Everett Murray, and thus gifting Helpmekaar a scrum just about inside their half and an opportunity to build a head of steam.
Had a bit of a stoppage there in play, but almost seemed ready to continue. Was just receiving some attention there. Murray FERREIRA. All seems good to go. Certainly the tempo has been in favor of Helpmekaar just in the last couple of minutes. They really seem to be playing with a little bit of vigor, bit of tenacity.
Crouch.
Yeah, like, it's amazing what a try can do for the team to lift the morale, lift the spirits up of the team, and all of a sudden Helpmekaar feel like they're in the game again, and can, you know, one more score in this game can really set this up to be a real humdinger right at the end of this game.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Comes the way of Outeniqua, that one against the run of play. Opportunity here now. Now here comes at the outside center. They're showing a clean pair of heels. Football skills are on show as well. And try time for Outeniqua. He's got his hat trick, is SIMEON OOSTHUIZEN. Wow, oh wow. Individual brilliance, they say. That was really well worked by SIMEON.
Really impressive individual try there by the outside center, SIMEON OOSTHUIZEN. It looked from the scrum who Outeniqua had got it just against the head there. They weren't sure whether Irvin Marais would catch it or not, but quickly spread to the outside center, puts it on the foot, gets a favorable bounce, kicks it yet again, and it pops right into his hands for him to dot down. Great individual try. This might just take out the wind out of the sails of the men from Braamfontein.
Yeah, it may well just be it. Good football skills by Simon Oosthuizen. And unsuccessful conversion attempt, that one there. But 29 points to 14 here, thanks to the amazing football skills of Simon Oosthuizen. Now, Smith. He's been launching those high restarts all evening long. And another successful gather there by Oliver. Stopped in their tracks there. Change of direction. Now, let's see what they can get up here to on this short side. Inside, outside goes a try scorer, SIMEON. Now throws a wild ball on the outside there, but it still is available. There's a try scorer, SIMEON Oosthuizen. What can he conjure up this time? Gives the ball on to the wingers there. Still alive for Outeniqua. Little chicken wing on the inside. And another score in a matter of minutes there for Outeniqua. Excellently done there. Good support running there.
Lucky, brilliant rugby from the men from George, taking it coast to coast. They fly off Everett Marais, changing direction, spotting the overlap on the right-hand side of the field. Having done that, then the 9, Philip Fouchier, coming back to the left-hand side. He found that big bruising runner in the number 6, Francois Breitenbach. Great offload to the 11, Michaels, who fights really hard in the contact. Chicken wing to the player that is following up, and try time for the men from George.
Excellent stuff there, and really are running away with it now, Outeniqua.
It must be said, Lucky, in true fashion, this festival, or tournament rather, or this festival has been fashioned in a north versus south schools, and at this moment in time, one must commend the south schools. They've been really prepared. The brand of rugby they've played has really been exemplary and brilliant at times, if one has to look at Durbanville. So the schools from north will have it all to do in the next game, as well as the final day on Friday, final days on Friday and Saturday.
It's really been a masterclass to watch here. Launches a ball deep again to Outeniqua. Immediate pressure here for Smith, who doesn't find touch initially. Tricky bounces, plays his team on side here. Now, looking to launch it deep in their half are Outeniqua. Counteract, good by Helpmekaar. It's off his feet, that player there from Outeniqua. Now, coming left, over the head, Mbata has to play first receiver. Does so really, really nicely. Comes again to support. Walking when they receive the ball here, Helpmekaar. They really need to get some momentum going.
All the remonstrations to the referee, Mr. Du Toit, successful, and one cannot help but feel that after those demonstrations, he couldn't but award the penalty towards Outeniqua.
Jeez, you heard there's almost screeches there to the referee. And still keen to play. Some heavy breathing happening out there. It's been end-to-end stuff so far this encounter. There's a man down from Outeniqua, just out of picture there, receiving
Let
some
him come
attention.
quickly, please. Or sub.
Yeah, he's been helped off the field there. Mr. DeToy has called for a substitution. And it'll come in the form of Patrick Katit.
Let's go, boys.
All right, Black, let's go.
Come on, geese.
Come in. Come into the line. Come into the line.
And play will resume just inside of the Outeniqua half there. Mauler being launched now. Good run there. Nicer ball presented there to the halfback. Now, what are the players doing on the outside? Great interception there by Helpmekaar, but bundled into touch he was by the fullback. On full alert was van Rensburg of the danger there, or possible danger thereof, from Michael van Rooyen.
Yeah, lucky a numerical advantage there by the Outeniqua men. Unnecessary pass, throwing what is now known as the bridge pass. All they needed to do there, perhaps, one feels they better serve to pin and pass and try and engage the defenders, try and preserve the space on the edge, and perhaps they would have made meters and at the very least have kept possession.
So come in and sit and stand your ground here. Stand your ground there.
Breitenbach to throw this ball in here. Right, the hooker Swart. He has a strong carry.
Hold.
Cross kick here by Outeniqua. Ball allowed to bounce there by Van Rooyen before he gathers successfully. Now Cupido. Here's the 8th man showing what he can do on the outside. He is isolated, however, and in desperate need, Fenta, of some help. No advantage there for that knock-on. Referee will come back.
Relax, Demona.
It's all helter-skelter now, Lucky. The men from Bloemfontein throwing caution to the wind, trying to get a score as quickly as possible, and in doing so, putting the Outeniqua guys under pressure. Outeniqua men blowing, huffing and puffing and not getting back on side, incurring the wrath of the referee, Mr. DeToy.
Another change being effected here from both teams. Reno Bosch coming on together with Ryan Lowe from Helpmekaar in jersey 20 and 21.
Just hold.
One more game to go after this one, folks. It's bound to be a big one, so don't go anywhere. Remember, we are on all sorts of social media channels, so please make sure that you do join us for this wonderful spectacle of rugby brought to you by Barloworld Menlyn Toyota.
Playing the man in the air. Hold on. Playing the man in the air. Don't bind. Behind Out now, Black. Ball is there.
Ball available, says the referee. Cupido.
Two knocks. In attack.
Manful defense there by the men from Outeniqua. Under serious amount of pressure, Lucky, in the latter parts of this game. The Helpmekaar men getting favorable bounds from the referee, Mr. DeToy, having had to stop that maul. And again, Diego Cupido, really unimpressed with him today, have we?
No surprises here, folks, after a hat-trick of tries, some scintillating runs and great efforts on defense. The wintergreen man of the match, SIMEON. Jeez, he's had a blinder this evening.
no surprises there. Lucky, been really good on defense, asked a whole variety of questions on attack, and he's bagged himself a hat-trick.
Can't complain. A good shift in the office, a good day's work out for SIMEON OOSTHUIZEN, the wintergreen man of the match. And that ball, I don't see it going out. Coming back in field are Helpmekaar with Smith here. It's the new man onto the park there, Ryan Lowe. Advantage being played for Outeniqua. Plenty of numbers here on the right-hand side available. They choose to go left, however. Again, strong run over the advantage line via the 8th man.
The ball is here, leave it now. You're still on advantage.
It's a new man on the park there for Outeniqua. Very high body position. Eventually makes his way to ground. And now it comes onto the side here by us. Backwards, that ball is gone. Able to play now. Lovely little darting run that we see there. Good players in support from Outeniqua. And a good steal there by Helpmekaar.
He's playing on the ground, that's all. Cool it.
Lucky, you can feel the temperature of the game on this brisk, cold Joburg's, or rather Pretoria's evening. The temperature of the game really increasing, the tempo of the game really increasing. Both teams throwing caution to the wind.
That penalty is not out here by Smith. Opportunity now for Outeniqua to go for a run. That they do. Little dink over the top there. Just missing everybody except the touchline.
Lucky, as we see these subs come onto the field, a better spectacle of game that we're seeing in the second half. It's almost as if both teams have undone their shackles and really playing rugby, really expressing their talents. Really great to see.
Awesome stuff here, and good to see it so late in the game as well. Full of running, both of these teams are happy to experiment, particularly Outeniqua to have a go.
We need to speed it up, please.
Just waiting for that player to come off the floor there, receiving a little bit of attention.
Let's go, let's go.
Menlo Park versus Grey College, folks.
It's a 3-man, get out. Yeah, it's a 3-man.
Game up next, the last game of this, the Barloworld Menlyn Toyota North-South Rugby Festival. So do stay tuned. We're about to see off this game. Just over 2 minutes left in this one. And Outeniqua here with a good and comfortable lead, but still full of running rugby. Tapped now for Helpmekaar. Good play there by the prop forward, equally matched in the tackle, not held. Referee happy for them to continue. Now work here to do for Michael van Rooyen. It is intercepted, however, and he's going to go all the way. Easy as you like it. Keith SYSTER, he's been knocking on the door there. Managed to dislodge Michael van Rooyen on about the halfway. Had to skip a couple of players, and then the try line was in sight. So very late on into this game, they'll take the score over 40.
Yes, Lucky. SYSTER has been one of those guys who've really had a good innings today. Tried really hard on the edge, beat a whole variety of defenders, created a couple of tries, scored a brace himself. He's been one of the more impressive wingers on display today.
Certainly has been, a good strength shown by him, ripping that ball out of the hands of Michael van Rooyen. And I think it's fair to say, job done by Outeniqua. May well still have time for a kickoff here.
One has to feel for the men from Braamfontein. They've been manful in defense. They've really given as much as they've got. But unfortunately, a couple of runaway tries, a couple of tries against the run of play have really inflated the score. And the score is not really a true reflection of where the game is. But one must congratulate Outeniqua. They've grabbed all opportunities that they've had hands full.
Certainly so. They've been chipping away at the score, have Helpmekaar, but since the first whistle have been on the back foot in terms of the scoreboard, and playing catch-up has just proved a bit too difficult for them. Now, can we see one more run here from Outeniqua? Certainly so. The fullback releases the ball there from RENSBURG. Now, Helpmekaar here with an opportunity. Must be careful not to be isolated. On the cricket pitch he goes. Hooter sounds. In possession is Smith. Nobody at halfback there. Opportunity to counteract. Eventually bundled out there. And almost a half gap there. Ripped in the tackle. Kicked away by the scrum off here. And on cleanup duty here is Van Rooyen. He's isolated there by the flanker. Yeah, sealing off that ball there. Yeah.
That's beyond.
Try scorer there, guilty.
Play out, kick out.
Great spirit from both these teams. The final hoot is gone, but they're still at it in the spirit of the game. There, the scrum off, kicking the ball downfield, did for sheer, trying his utmost best to try and regain it.
That's just beyond the break now.
So that penalty there, referee happy for them to kick it out and continue play. So not giving up our Helpmekaar. One last bite at the cherry here for the men from Bromfontein. Backwards is the ball, and Philip Fauché has had enough here.
Like a great second half after a jittery start in that first half. I think both teams came alive. Both teams really broke the shackles. Both teams really gave it a good go at each other. And what a spectacle we saw in the second half. A great or curtain raiser towards this final game. That is a great college against the boys from Menlo Park, just down the road from here.
Certainly so, an uphill battle for Helpmekaar as far as the score was concerned from the initial try. A festival of tries from a multitude of backline players from Outeniqua gives us a final score of 41 points to the men from George against the 14 here of Helpmekaar at full time. Don't go away, folks. Menlo Park versus Grey College up next. From Mzwaki Nkosi and myself, Lucky Letsabo, it's good night.